Support for Radio Friends comes from Voluntary Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact Voluntary Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, October the 12th. We're not too far away from Election Day, and I want to introduce you to Marilyn McLeod, who is with us from the League of Women Voters. It's always a pleasure to have you here, Marilyn.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So what does the League have going on right now?
Well, as you say, the election's coming up. It's just 3 weeks away, which is kind of amazing, actually. It sort of snuck up on us, sort of.
I feel like we've been living it, though, it does. In some ways, it seems like it's almost here, but in other ways, it seems like we've been going through this for over a year.
Yeah.
And I think we have.
Right, but it's here. So it is too late to register to vote in Missouri. So I'm sorry. I hope everybody out there has registered to vote who is eligible to vote. But now if you're registered, and now you need to decide how you want to vote. You can certainly still vote as we always have, by going to your polling place, and you'll be receiving information about that. But you have always had the opportunity to do an absentee ballot, which has certain provisions. But this year, because of the pandemic, the legislature did approve a mail-in ballot for anyone who might want to choose that option. Mm-hmm. Now, unless you have a couple of the conditions which would allow you to not have to have it notarized, you will have to have it notarized. So you just need to think through.
I think if you're over 65, you do not have to have it notarized. And you qualify for a mail-in ballot. I think that's the way it is.
Correct.
But the best thing to do is go to the website of the Boone County Clerk, right, or whichever county you're in.
Right.
And ask for that mail-in ballot if you want to vote by mail.
Exactly. But I'll tell you, tomorrow at noon, the League and the library are holding a lunch and learn. We always call lunch and learn even if we're not having lunch. At noon about ballot issues, and not about ballot issues, about the ballots and planning on how you want to vote. And Brianna Lennon, who's the Boone County Clerk, will be talking about the various options and we'll hopefully answer your questions. And that it will be on Zoom.
Okay.
So people do need to register for it. So they need to go to the library's website or the League's website to register. There's no cost or anything, but it just gives you the information you'll need. Okay, so you register. You can go to lwvcbc.org, and you can register for the Zoom Lunch and Learn. It will not be in person. Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
And that will be held tomorrow?
Right.
October the
13th.
October 13th. Okay.
Right. And it will be at noon. Now, I'll tell you, if you miss that, these Zoom programs are recorded. So that will be available on both the League's website and the library's website. So you can watch it afterward.
But now when you're doing this lunch and learn on Zoom, can you ask questions to Brianna?
Generally speaking, you should be able to post a question. You wouldn't literally speak it.
You could post it, and then she can acknowledge it.
If questions come in. Some questions will probably be answered.
Okay. We're just about out of time, Marilyn.
Oh, okay. A couple more. Go to either our website, or as Paul has said, or the libraries, and there's a couple of other specific candidate forums that will be held again on Zoom, and they will also be recorded. So you can either register for those or watch the recordings afterward.
Okay. Marilyn McLeod, thank you so much for coming by from the League of Women Voters. And you're going to be joining us on Election Day.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the election, elections past, and hopefully elections to come. All right? Thank you, Marilyn,
for being here. Thank you for having me.
Now, I want to introduce you to my friend Nick Foster from the Voluntary Action Center. And we're going into a very, very busy time of year for Nick. Every part of the year is busy for you, but especially as you go into Christmas time.
It's real busy right now. We've got a lot of calls coming into the office, and we're struggling to keep up with all of that. To be honest, we're every day trying to figure out how can we become more efficient in answering those calls. But one of the reasons that it's busier than it even has been is because of the holiday program, and we've started signing people up to be a part of the holiday program this year. And so far, we're ahead of where we were last year in the number of people that we've signed up. So that pretty well fits what we think is going to happen.
You mean the number of people who you have signed up who are adopting families, or the number of families that you have signed up that are looking for help?
The ones that are looking for help.
Okay.
So we're seeing more people sign up this year, which is really what we expected to happen, because we know that there are a lot of people who are struggling this year that have not struggled in the past or maybe ever, and they're looking for help in this way. We know that's going to happen. Where we are coming up a little bit short at this point is those sponsors that we need for those families.
So right now, it's really important. You're looking for sponsors to adopt those families.
That's correct.
And if somebody wants to adopt a family, maybe you've never done it before, but you can just go to the VAC website, or you can give them a call. You can request a family. Mm-hmm. You will send them a family.
We'll send them information about the things that
Right. They're not going to send the family to your house.
No, we try to avoid that.
Right. You'll send them the information on the family, what their wish list is.
Correct. You've got it. You can talk about this. You know all about it, Paul.
But
we've talked about it so many times, and you participate.
Exactly. So how many families are you going to need to fill that adoption?
It's a really good question. We served over 950 last year. We anticipate serving at least that many this year. And somewhere in the next month or so, we're going to have to make a decision about that, about how many families, because at some point we send a letter to the families who have applied saying, congratulations, you're going to be a part of the program, or we're sorry, we're not going to be able to serve you this year. And we give them information about other programs in town. We think, though, that part of the reason we're a little bit behind in sponsors is because our patterns of relating to one another have changed over the past months. So, for instance, there are people who are not working side by side in the office right now. They're working from home. So you might have these small groups within businesses that in the past have taken on a family or one or more families and this year they're not talking to one another, and it may not be coming up. So what we're trying to do right now is just raise awareness of the need. And when we make that call in a month or so about how many families we're going to be able to serve, the number we're going to be looking at as much as anything, not the number of families who sign up, because we're going to have plenty of families to sign up. The number we're going to be looking at is how many sponsors do we have for those families, and that will be the key to making a decision about how many we can serve.
So please, if you have sponsored in the past, we're asking you to step forward again. If you have not sponsored in the past, consider doing it this year for the Voluntary Action Center. Just go to www.vacmo.org. You can request a family, you can sign up there, or you can make a donation. Nick Foster, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome, and thank you for listening to us. When you go out and about, please put that face mask on. It's better than a respirator. Bye-bye.